Hello and welcome. I'm Daffy Roth, and this is Blasphemous for the PC. Last episode, we did some backtracking. We've got all the things we need to do to complete the game. Well, aside from the one of the eyes, but I'm talking about like all of the backtracking Metroidvania stuff, like being able to fall into the abysses and whatnot. So we're going to continue today. I believe we were going to head to the rooftops and continue there. So yeah, let's go. Oh, we did get the key of the Inquisitor. We still need to finish up our tithes to the church. All right. So yeah, we are looking good. Overall. Oh, that's right. We're going to go here first. So I'm trying to think what would be the fastest way to... Well, I guess we'll just cut across. Oh, she's still here. She was great. Also, I was wrong when it was talking about the child being held by the wicker woman, I guess. I actually, when I was editing the video, I actually watched the fight again and saw that the child was being held by a wicker woman, so that would have been just kind of up in a lot of ways, but hey. You know what? I should actually Did I just not go down this way? The hyoid bone of Senex the Beggar. Senex spent a lifetime fleeing pain which caused more and more suffering to his tormented soul. Only when he accepted pain as part of his life did he find meaning to it. Oh yeah, there's this. Sure. Blasphemous, Alcazar of grief. I had to remember all the gold masks are. I think there's like 5 masks. So I'm just gonna hit everything to make sure that don't miss them, because I don't want to do this again. If it's your first time doing it though and you get through it, you do unlock the retro skin, which basically makes your guy look like he's in a Game Boy game. Maybe there's 7 masks. Ow! Oh. All right, well, we'll have to come back to this because I don't have enough money now. And then we can finally just cut here. Have to not return. Everyone passes. I think it's like silver grape. A dead fruit converted into a bead in a display of clerical vanity. Its cold hardness passes onto its wearer, enhancing their defenses considerably. Confessions from Dolphus Part 2. I must melt more beads, as many beads as I can. I need their silver, I need their embellished floral curves. The virtue of silver will adorn my lungs inside and out, and when I breathe, the pure grace of miracle will penetrate. It will embellish my stomach inside and out, and when I eat, I will be nourished with the pure grace of the miracle. It will ornate. Jeez. It will ornament my eyes inside and out. When I look, I will see the miracle itself. Okay, so we got that. We'll have to come back. Yes. But for now, actually, I think right now what I'm going to do is I am going to go farm some tears. So I will be back shortly. See you in a second. All right, and we're back, and I got about 10 grand worth of tears. So we're just going to go ahead and try to do this again. like that I took it right there, but nah. It's usually a chest there. Oh. God damn it. Ah. I just need to take it slow here. Not rush. Cool. All right, and that's that. That we've gotten both the skins. So yay. Get this one already. Let's see if I can see in the loading. I have that. Let's put the tongues on. There we go. I think this is just the mea culpa. No, this is that room. Okay. Here. You know what? Let's do that, because then we'll go to the Procession. I'm going to call it an episode because that little arcade thing took a minute. Plus, I grounded out some of those tears, and I'm not feeling all that great right now. So. So we have just enough to Honestly, I already have the skimmed for the 100k, which is the last that you can do anyways. But I guess for the sake of completion, I'll just... 270. I honestly don't remember how many I actually did. So this should give us the cloistered ruby. And we should be able to rid our guild for free. Oh, nobody has died yet, so that's good. Alright, so we got the cloistered ruby. Crystal sphere imprisoning a ruby heart. The gem sparkles with lightning from other lands, filling the glass with a stormy light. The strange energy fills the wearer with determination, electrifying the very air around him after drinking from the bioflask. The same is true for everything that is valuable and precious. If you keep something very precious so it cannot be seen or coveted by other eyes, reserving it only for the Father, that treasure will receive the greatest of blessings. We will cover up the sheen of the stone and make sure that no one knows of its existence. It's like I can't do another 10, so we'll just put in the rest. All right, and that should be it. Yeah. So that's the fully upgraded church. And now we can come here and rid our guild for free. Don't have to pay. Or anything like that. And you know what? Let's do this. Why don't we just go ahead and beat this boss down here? Defenses. Increase in defense whoever carries it. Damage to contact. Definitely want that. That's damage increase. This one, I'm gonna want fire protection. Grants some protection. There's the one that grants hot protection. This is where that one is. Oh, that's increasing. Let's do that then. Okay.
Can you already hear their song? Can you already hear their ancient aria? The lady who sang to the bones has awoken. The skeletal remains on the other side have opened the door to you. They bid you welcome, but beware of the secret they wish to share.
Thank you, Crypt Keeper. May the miracle protect the unprepared souls that dare challenge the voices of bone and skull, as she won't allow anyone to interrupt her song. No, you can't mark that one. Ow! Oh my gosh, I'm trapped in the corner. Damn it. And that bitch trapped me in a corner. Okay. All right, I went ahead and I got another bioflask. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, shit. Come on, die. There we go. Man, that last quarter of the health bar was rough. Alright, got the severed right eye of the traitor. Alright, the severed right eye of the traitor. An eyeball of solid gold that adorned the scythe of Isidora, the singer of the dead. Condemned to an eternity of deep-rooted darkness, the melted face of the traitor was also robbed of his eyes, for he had seen too much. The Lady of the Ossuary was charged to watch over him, and the bones that used to sing with her found a new tomb in the darkest of corners. The children opened the doors of their houses and ran out after her, shouting, "Isidora! Sing to us, Isidora!" But still, dressed in one of her flamboyant stage outfits, Isidora did not sing to them that night. Instead, she headed towards the cemetery and stopped before the entrance to the crypt that connects to the ossuary beneath the old church of Albero. The intrigued children fell silent behind the iron gates, and it was then that she began to intone verses that no one had ever heard before. After a short while, another distant voice could be heard, accompanying the sad melody from the depths of the crypt, forming a beautiful yet mournful duet. The lady then walked through the stone archway, closing the door behind her. As her voice faded into the distance, more and more voices joined with her, as if a great choir of dozens was waiting for her at the bottom of the steps. When the song came to an end, they heard the final strains rise up from beneath the ground, and the children walked away with tears in their eyes, and the cemetery recovered its usual silence. Never again was the singing lady seen, and ever since she has been remembered as Isidora, the Lady of the Ossuary, and the voice of the dead. So that gives us both the eyes.
Penitent one, you have finished with the suffering of the singer. Her song was formed by the very voices of all the souls resting in this place. Their stories, tragedies, and sorrows flowed through her voice, creating melodious echoes, creating a psalm of shadows, the voice of the dead, Isidora. Bring the bones before me, and we will uncover the truth.
No, we already did. So. Well, I mean, we have still to return a couple of them, but for the most part, good. All right, and then we did echo or tears for that. We will go ahead and start here. Actually, we have to finish off the rooftops. So our next episode, we'll head down just to finish this part right here, and then head to the rooftops, and we'll go from there. So yeah, all right, friends. Well, hope you're enjoying it. In our next episode, we'll get one step closer to finishing. Probably like 3 at the max, I'm assuming. So we just have the rooftops. There's the prison. And then that's pretty much it. So, okay. Well, that's all I got. Until next time, friends. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you in the next episode. So then, God bless. Bye-bye.